don't give a she was in her bag, Fendi and some lane, asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. When we gon' that, I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all on the same. Broke at the end of the month, Flow Joe, kill more, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Bird. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Penny, a first down carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The pitch goes to Petty. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Petty. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
And Lambo will put this one through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other. That's caught inside the 20. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Off play action. Chase. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Allen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. A good pickup there, a 22. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball. And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Keeps himself upright. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Chase. He's going to wind up in air. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. Chase. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, now, look at this.
Off play action. Chase. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit. Gun.
On first down, Chase. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They get it to him running left, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. And he knocks it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Attack here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Allen now throwing on third and long. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returnable for Lockett. And now running right through it. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to look deep down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear?
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top again. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he's forced out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they dropped him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Over. Hot.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. Hot.
Off the play fake. Chase. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
To throw on 2nd down. Chase forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Allen now on 1st down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And before for the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. On the left side, this is Stills. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Leopard!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now, before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. So we are at half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Rams getting set to go now. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot, hot.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Throw here out of the gun. Going up top. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On first down, Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Allen looks to throw on second down. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing is Allen on third. And this is going to be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a handoff looking right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Watch it now, Barney.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. LaMarcus Joyner in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. Back to throw now on first down. It's caught. Stills right side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the 4th. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Hard throw, incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Rams add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. On second down, here's Allen. On the crossing route, complete. That's Bird. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now Allen throwing on second down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Allen off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
One final try here for Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Calvin Ridley, 68 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A toss running left. That's Grant, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Back to throw. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Miles Jack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way. Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.